If you have ever felt like an outsider, constantly misunderstood, or even resented for the way you think, you are not imagining it. Society has always had a complicated relationship with intelligence. People say they respect intelligence, but the reality is different. The smarter you are, the more disconnected you feel. The more you question, the more enemies you make. And if you see too much, society will find a way to turn against you. Why? Because intelligence is not just rare, it is disruptive, and society hates what it cannot control. In this video, we are breaking down 10 brutal reasons why society hates intelligent people. Some of these might hit home. Let's begin. Reason 1. The isolation of intelligence. The smarter you are, the lonelier you become. Not because you want to be alone, but because fewer people can truly connect with you. Most people enjoy surface-level conversations. They talk about trends, gossip, or whatever keeps the group entertained. But when your mind operates on a different level, those conversations feel empty. You crave depth, but depth is rare. So you either stay silent or force yourself to play along. It starts early. The bright kid in class is either ignored, bullied, or used for homework help. As an adult, the same pattern repeats. In workplaces, intelligent people are seen as difficult or arrogant. In relationships, they struggle to find someone who truly understands them. Even in social circles, they often end up feeling like outsiders. At some point, many just stop trying. They choose solitude over shallow interactions. Society calls them distant or antisocial, but the truth is, they are just tired of pretending. This is the first reason why society dislikes intelligence. A person who does not fit in is a person society does not know what to do with, and what society cannot understand, it rejects. Reason 2. The threat to the status quo. Society runs on rules, not just laws, but unspoken rules. What to believe, how to behave, what to accept without question. Most people follow these rules without thinking. It keeps things simple, it keeps things stable. But intelligent people question everything. They do not just accept what they are told. They analyze, they challenge, they disrupt. And that makes them dangerous. Throughout history, those who think differently have been seen as threats. Galileo was silenced for proving the Earth was not the center of the universe. Socrates was sentenced to death for making people think too much. Even today, anyone who questions the norm is labeled as difficult, rebellious, or out of touch. Society does not hate intelligence in theory, it hates what intelligence does. It exposes flaws, it forces change, it makes people uncomfortable, and most people would rather be comfortable than right. That is why smart people often face resistance. Not because they are wrong, but because they refuse to blindly agree. And in a world built on obedience, questioning the system is the quickest way to become an outcast. Reason 3. Social rejection due to eccentricity. Intelligent people think differently, and that difference often makes them seem strange to others. The way they talk, the way they react, even the way they see the world can feel unusual to the average person, and society does not like what it cannot easily understand. Many intelligent people struggle with small talk, they get lost in their thoughts, they have niche interests that most people do not care about, their sense of humor might be too dry, too dark, or too complex for the group. What seems normal to them feels odd to everyone else. And when you do not fit the social mold, you are either ignored or ridiculed. The eccentric professor is mocked, the quiet genius is treated like an outsider, and the deep thinker is told they are overcomplicating things. Society rewards those who blend in, not those who stand apart. This is why many intelligent people either isolate themselves or learn to mask their true nature. They dumb themselves down, hold back their real thoughts, or pretend to care about things they do not. Not because they want to, but because they know that standing out too much comes at a cost. Society claims to admire intelligence, but only when it is packaged in a way that feels familiar. If you are too different, too strange, or too hard to relate to, society will push you away. Reason 4. Jealousy and resentment. People like to feel smart. They like to believe they understand the world, that their opinions are valid, that they are just as capable as anyone else. But when someone far more intelligent enters the picture, that illusion shatters. And instead of admiration, the most common reaction is resentment. No one enjoys being outclassed. When an intelligent person easily solves problems others struggle with, it does not always earn respect. It breeds jealousy. Instead of learning from them, people look for ways to tear them down. They call them arrogant, they downplay their abilities, they wait for them to fail just to feel better about themselves. This starts early. The smart kid in school is not celebrated, they are bullied. In the workplace, the most capable employee is often sabotaged by co-workers who feel threatened. Even in social groups, intelligent people are sometimes disliked, not because they're rude, but because their presence alone makes others feel inferior. Society pretends to love intelligence, but only in a way that does not hurt its ego. The moment intelligence exposes someone's weaknesses, it stops being impressive and starts being offensive. And for many, it is easier to dislike a smart person than to accept their own limitations. Reason 5. The curse of overthinking. Being smart does not just mean solving problems faster, it means seeing problems others do not even notice. It means analyzing everything, sometimes to the point where it becomes exhausting. Most people go through life without questioning too much. They make decisions quickly, accept things as they are, and move on. But intelligent people cannot do that. They break everything down, consider every possibility, and get stuck in loops of endless analysis. A simple choice, like what career to pursue, who to trust, or even how to respond to a message, becomes complicated. Every action leads to a chain of thoughts, possibilities, and risks. And instead of feeling confident, they often feel trapped in their own mind. Overthinking also brings another problem: awareness. The more you think, the more you realize how flawed everything is. You see the lies people tell themselves, the hypocrisy in social norms, the emptiness in many pursuits. Things that make others happy do not always work for you because you see through them. This is why many intelligent people struggle with anxiety, indecision, or even existential dread. Their mind is a powerful tool, but sometimes it turns against them, and society does not understand this struggle. They call it being too serious, too sensitive, or too negative, when in reality, it is just the side effect of seeing too much. Reason 6. The burden of high expectations. For most people, failure is normal, mistakes are expected, but when you are intelligent, the rules change. Suddenly, you are not allowed to fail. Society expects smart people to always have the answers, always make the right choices, and always succeed. If they do, it is seen as normal. If they struggle, it is seen as weakness. A mistake that would be forgiven in others is judged harshly when made by someone considered smart. This pressure starts early. A gifted student is expected to get perfect grades. A talented worker is expected to outperform their peers. If they ever fall short, people do not just see it as a setback, they see it as proof that they were never as smart as they seemed. High expectations also create isolation. When people assume you do not need help, they do not offer it. When they think you can handle everything, they leave you alone. Many intelligent people carry heavy burdens, not because they want to, but because society refuses to believe they could ever need support. This is why many intelligent people struggle with perfectionism, burnout, or self-doubt. They are trapped between the fear of disappointing others and the exhaustion of always having to prove themselves. And no matter what they achieve, society always expects more. Reason 7. The manipulation of intelligence. Society does not truly value intelligence. It values what intelligence can do for it. Smart people are often used for their knowledge, their creativity, and their problem-solving skills, but rarely appreciated for who they are. In school, the intelligent student is the one classmates turn to for help, but not for friendship. In the workplace, they are the ones who fix problems others create, yet they are often overlooked for promotions. In relationships, their mind is admired at first, but later it becomes intimidating or too much to handle. People want the benefits of intelligence without the responsibility of dealing with the person behind it. They praise intelligence when it serves them, but reject it when it challenges them. A smart person who plays along is seen as valuable. A smart person who refuses to be used is seen as arrogant. This is why many intelligent people struggle to find genuine connections. They are surrounded by people who take from them ideas, insights, solutions, but rarely give anything back. And when they stop giving, society quickly turns against them. To the world, intelligence is a tool. The moment a smart person refuses to be used, they become a problem. Reason 8. Smart people expose lies. Most people live comfortably within a set of illusions about themselves, about society, and about the world. These illusions keep things simple, keep people satisfied, and prevent them from questioning too much. But intelligent people see through them, and that makes them a threat. Smart people notice contradictions. They spot hypocrisy in leaders, flaws in popular beliefs, and the hidden motives behind people's actions. They ask uncomfortable questions and challenge ideas that others accept without thinking. But society does not reward those who expose the truth. It punishes them. History is full of examples. Socrates was executed for making people think. Galileo was silenced for proving the Earth was not the center of the universe. Even today, whistleblowers, deep thinkers, and truth seekers are often ridiculed or attacked. People say they want honesty, but they really want comfort. The truth is rarely convenient, and those who reveal it are rarely welcomed. Intelligent people do not just make others think, they force them to confront things they would rather ignore, and for that society resents them. This is why many intelligent people either stay silent or become outcasts. Telling the truth comes at a cost, and in a world built on comfortable lies, those who see too much are often seen as dangerous. Reason 9. The difficulty of finding romantic partners. Intelligence is often seen as an advantage, but when it comes to relationships, it can be a curse. The smarter you are, the harder it becomes to find someone who truly understands you. Most relationships are built on shared interests, emotional connection, and mutual understanding. But when someone is highly intelligent, they often think in ways that most people cannot relate to. Their conversations go deeper, their perspectives are different, and their standards for connection are higher. This makes finding a compatible partner much more difficult. Many intelligent people struggle with attraction because they do not just want surface-level chemistry, they want intellectual connection. They need a partner who can challenge them, keep up with their thoughts, and engage in meaningful discussions. But deep conversations are rare, and most people do not enjoy questioning everything the way intelligent minds do. This creates a frustrating pattern. Either they settle for a relationship that feels unfulfilling, or they stay alone, waiting for someone who actually understands them. And when they do find someone, their intelligence can sometimes intimidate their partner, leading to insecurity and conflict. Society assumes intelligence makes life easier, but in romance, it often does the opposite. When your mind operates on a different level, finding someone who can truly connect with you is far more difficult than people realize. Reason 10. The intellectual rebellion against herd mentality. Society thrives on conformity. Most people follow the crowd, accept popular beliefs, and avoid questioning the rules that govern their lives. It is easier that way. Fitting in brings security, acceptance, and a sense of belonging. But intelligent people do not blindly follow. They think for themselves, and that makes them a problem. A smart person questions authority, challenges traditions, and refuses to accept something just because everyone believes it. They are not swayed by emotional arguments or peer pressure. They look at facts, logic, and reason, and that kind of thinking makes them a threat to the system. Throughout history, free thinkers have been ridiculed, silenced, or even punished. They expose the flaws in mainstream ideas, reject shallow trends, and refuse to follow rules that do not make sense. But society does not like individuals who refuse to conform. It prefers those who obey without question. This is why intelligent people often feel disconnected from the world around them. They do not fit into the echo chambers of modern society. They do not blindly support popular movements. They do not believe everything they are told, and because of that, they are labeled as outcasts, rebels, or even threats. Society wants people who fit in, not people who think for themselves. And the moment you stop following the herd, you will realize just how much society dislikes those who dare to walk their own path.